What is up? What is up, awesome people of the internet? OMG. Guys, the Indiana Fever had a dream. And they take down the third seed in the playoffs. The Atlanta Dream, the better team, ended up losing to the depleted Indiana Fever. Wow, wow, wow. Guys, yeah. What in the world? Yo, I tell y'all, it's underdog season. Anybody and everybody can get got. And today, the Atlanta Dream at home got. So my question is, ladies and gentlemen, are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Are you not? Are you not entertained by the amazing Odyssey Sims and how she throughout this game carried the Indiana Fever? Are you not entertained by the defensive and offensive prowess of Brianna Turner? Are you not entertained by the grit and grind of Aaliyah Boston? And are you not entertained by the firepower and consistency of Kelsey Mitchell? Are you not entertained? Are you not? Really? Are you not? Guys, let me call mama. Oh my goodness. Aaron says, never underestimate the heart of a champion. Y'all know that song? It's the heart of a champion. Na 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 na. I can feel my weight coming. It's the blood of a champion. Yeah. Nelly, back in the day, that was my song. That was one of my warm-up songs. I love that song. Anyway, the heart of a champion is running through the veins of the Indiana Fever. Again, are you not entertained? Let me call mama. Let me call mama because the Indiana Fever believe, and y'all belief, I told y'all, is a dangerous drug.
Hello?
Mama.
Oh my goodness.
What a game!
This game had me on pins and needles. I was like, this is crazy.
Man, mama, we talk about games of consequence. We talk about down to the wire, the final couple of seconds of this game. Yes. And the Atlanta Dream had it.
They did.
And dumb mistakes cost them.
Take a team that is hungry.
They were hungry.
Indiana has been hungry all season long.
Yep.
And the more people they had injured, seemed like the hungrier they got.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to respect that. And when you lose respect for that, meaning that you take it for granted, even though you're at home, even though Atlanta was at home, they took it for granted that Indiana would not come and give it all they had.
Mm-hmm.
Sims was awesome tonight.
Amazing.
I was like, she won this by herself. Her and Kelsey, they were the ones that did it. They were the ones that caused Indiana to win. In Atlanta should be hitting themselves in the head almost.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying hitting themselves in the head, but I don't mean for them to hurt themselves. What I mean is they had the game.
Yeah.
You had the game. All Howard had to do was get it in cleanly.
Well, it's because they were looking for a very specific action, and she forced the pass. She forced the pass. She was trying to. It was between Brianna Jones and Alicia Gray was basically right in the same area, and Ryan just threw it to that general area, hoping that one of her teammates would get it. That was a terrible pass. Ryan Howard with a massive turnover with like 7 seconds left to go. The Dream were only down by 1 point. 7 seconds was a good amount of time.
But before they were even down, when they were up the 2 points, I don't understand. You got the leeway to take the ball in the backcourt, to enter it into the backcourt. Why not do that?
Because they were.
I'm not talking about this last play. I'm talking about the play before that, before she had to call the timeout because she couldn't get it in.
Yeah.
And I just don't understand. Why would you not get it in the backcourt to allow your person to set? Then you can set up the play.
Mm-hmm.
You see how they guarding you? They've been guarding you all night like this. Why do you think you're gonna get it?
Yeah, it was horrible late game execution.
Yes,
absolutely horrible for the dream, but OMG, mama, the fever. Brianna Turner, mama, Brianna Turner, the player that a whole bunch of Fever fans was upset about her even being on the team and saying she's not good and blah 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 blah. Brianna Turner brought some amazing defense. Yes, big time defense, big time blocks, and when it mattered the most to tie, what was it, to tie the game?
No, she had a 1 point. She gave them a 1 point lead.
For Bree Turner. Bree Turner, no, it was she tied the game. Yeah, Brianna Turner tied the game, and ever since then, the Indiana Fever rocked and rolled. Brianna Turner.
It was like 3 minutes. I think it was like
about 3 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
The first.
She tied it at 8. It was 80-8.
Yep. Brianna Turner, big time tip shot.
All I can say is,
man,
what you gonna do with a team that's hungry like that?
What you gonna do?
And the game was a great game all the way through the game. So it wasn't that it was so far out of reach that nobody could have got the game. The Atlanta had the only real lead of the game. Other than that, it was neck and neck the entire game. So it was the last 2 minutes that made the difference of who would win.
And honestly, mama, it was really it was like a minute left. Brianna Turner had the basketball. She was trying to throw it to Ryan Howard. Ended up throwing it out of reach, and the ball went out of bounds.
Yep,
that was game. That
sure was.
Even though at the time the Atlanta Dream still had a 3-point lead, that really hurt their momentum. Had them have their heads down, and then Lexi Hull gets a layup, and then Aaliyah Boston makes a layup, and then it was what it was, another turnover by the Atlanta Dream, and ultimately, guys, the team that played the hardest got the win. Not the better, the most talented team did not win, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
That happens sometimes. It's not all sports in general. It's not always about the best team winning. Because the best team doesn't always win. Because sometimes the best team does not show up. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they don't show up, or they do, and they make little minuscule mistakes that over the course of the game adds up and gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And then the team that's not as good ends up taking the game. And that is exactly what the Indiana Fever did. They have been marred with injuries this season, especially towards the later half of the season. And what have they done? They got, and all they need. That's what Kelsey Mitchell has been saying. This team is like, hey, we can't rely on our injured players to come and save the day. We have to do this on our own. I understand we are the underdogs now. Yes, we have the biggest fan base. We got the most attention, whatever. But we have not done as well as other people thought we were going to do because we were injured most of this season. So what are we going to do? We're going to show up. We're going to have unsung heroes. And Odyssey Sims, unsung hero. Brianna Turner, unsung hero. Yeah, huge.
She played her heart out.
Huge.
She started out the game aggressive and like setting the tone for what Indiana was going to do. She really did. And I didn't expect it from her necessarily. I expected Chelsea Mitchell to do what she always does. Mm-hmm. But I just didn't expect Sims to play like that. And And I would have to say I don't really have any real complaints about the refs of the game or whatever.
I thought the refs did fine.
Yeah, so that definitely was not the issue. But I will say that Atlanta did not play as hard as they could. They did the first 2 quarters, but it's like the third quarter they left when they had that little lead, and then Indiana came back. I think within 2, and then they went up a little bit again. I think the highest they got in the second half was like 6-point lead. I don't think they got beyond a 6-point lead because Indiana just kept on coming. I think also the turn of the game was when Aaliyah and Bree Jones got tangled up there.
Mm-hmm.
That was a significant part of the game.
And Aaliyah punked Bree Jones.
I didn't like her doing that personally, because to me she had her hand locked underneath there. So Bree couldn't get her arm from underneath there, even though she making it seem like she put her arm. She really couldn't get her arm from underneath it because Aaliyah had snapped her arm down over her, and so when she did the push, she made it seem like Bree Jones was hooking her and she had to get her off of her, but that really wasn't the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they gave her the tag, which is appropriate. But I think that turned the game for Bree. I don't think she was able to do what because I think at that point she had 4 fouls. So fouls also plagued Atlanta.
It did. However, I think the thing that hurt Atlanta even more was the Atlanta Dream trying to sell calls. I think late in that game when was it when Aaliyah Boston scored? It was when Aaliyah Boston scored because she ended up being wide open because the Atlanta Dream, to me, in my opinion, were trying to sell calls. Throughout this game, how many times did we see Atlanta Dream players hit the deck? Now, I'm not talking about when they were driving, but I'm talking about on some of the screen actions and whatnot. I truly believe that sometimes if you are trying to sell too much, you are going to find yourself in some trouble because you are not going to get these calls, and then you're going to be out of position. Jordan Canada tried to sell a call on that play where we saw Aaliyah Boston get that wide open layup. I'm looking at the replay right now to remind myself of what it was. Yeah, it was a screen. It was a screen with Aaliyah Boston and Jordan Canada. Yes. Did Jordan Canada run into Aaliyah Boston? Yes. But to me, she kind of flopped and tried to sell it, which put her out of position, which had Bree Jones trying to get at the basketball. She ended up falling down. And then, which led to everybody being out of position and Aaliyah Boston wide open. That happens, in my opinion, because Jordan Canada tried to sell the call. And we see cascading things that happen. Aaliyah Boston's wide open, and boom, she makes the layup. Boom, they got the lead. Boom, they win. I truly believe that sometimes these players trying to sell stuff, it ends up kicking them in the butt, and that's exactly what happened with the Atlanta Dream. And there were several times in this game that I felt like the Atlanta Dream players were trying to sell calls, which led them to be out of position, which led the Indiana Fever to take advantage. You can't keep flopping and selling. They didn't have to do it. They didn't have to
do that. All they had to do was play defense and concentrate on their offense. That's all they need to do. I know Ryan missed 2 3-pointers, which she shouldn't have taken. She should have passed the ball. They had plenty of time in the shot clock, and she taking a 3-point and she misses it. And it's like, no, you don't take that. I know she was really kind of not on her game with the 3-pointers tonight. She made, I think, 2 of them, but she took 2 and that she missed. And I was like, why are you trying to make that shot? Just pass the ball. You got plenty of time in a shot clock. Don't take those kind of shots when you got plenty of time and you don't actually make them. I think that was one of the things too that kind of like hurt them is forcing shots that they didn't have to, where they had plenty of time and the shot clock.
Mm-hmm.
I think that hurted them too. But down the stretch, Indiana never lost their poles. They were in the game. They never lost the confidence of what they can do.
Yeah.
And I really think Sims setting that tone early part of the game, and Chelsea getting whatever shots she wanted. She didn't score as much as she wanted to, but whatever shots she really wanted to get, she got them.
Yep.
Because they set the screens for her. They set the screens. They worked real hard on that. You couldn't stop her from shooting those 3-pointers, and that was a big part too. So they knew Chelsea was going to be one of the main people that was going to give them their offense. But I don't know if anybody expected Sims to be the other one that would do it. Atlanta. You had a chance.
Mama, in addition to Ryan Howard, I gotta say, it started in the last game to me, but Alicia Gray, guys, Alicia Gray, she was extremely frustrated in the last game, kept complaining to the refs, was very upset, visibly upset, and to me that continued on to today.
Yeah,
several times in this game. Yes, when she got some of the foul calls and whatnot, and sure, you can say whatever you want about whether or not certain stuff should be called. Refs don't always get it right. Overall, I thought the refs did a good job, but like sometimes they miss stuff here and there, or they call stuff that they shouldn't call. Whatever. Alicia Gray, in my opinion, was still mentally not totally, like, she was there and she was trying to compete, but she kept, I feel like she kept allowing the refs and allowing stuff to get under her skin. Now, Alicia Gray was giving it all she had. She was trying, she was getting them rebounds. She was doing just about what she could to get this win. However, to me, when it came down to it in the fourth quarter, Alicia Gray was flustered, and while she ended up with 19 points, 12 rebounds, when it mattered the most, I don't think she was fully mentally there to like really get after it and get the ball at the end of the game and actually score a bucket. I don't know. It just seemed like she was still very, very like upset at the refs, and my thing is like you just can't do that. Like, just play the game. Ignore. I understand you have 5 fouls. I understand that you upset about that. But at the same time, you just gotta play. You gotta play. But Mama, we got some super chats. I want to read them real quick. Okay. David, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, shout out to my Fever girls. It was a total team effort. Bree Turner was big off the bench doing little things. We waited a decade here in Indy. And David also says, totally pointed out Bree before you mentioned her. Thank you so much, David, for the 2 super chats. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, Crank That, for the super chat. Says, Fever made them panic in the last 2 inbounds. Clutch defense. They did, but also decision making. I understand that you wanted a particular action on that first inbound, but get the ball in, because they had a person available basically close to the midway point that could have just got the ball, and y'all could have. I understand that wasn't necessarily the plan, but you could have ran with that instead of burning that time out, and now you gotta throw it in, and you end up throwing it in a crowded field. It gets tipped, and then there's the game. Yes, fantastic D, but yeah.
But that's always a mistake in a case like that, to throw the ball into a crowded field. Why in the world would you do that? And I was surprised that he chose Ryan to do it twice in a row. It's like, come on now. If she couldn't get it in the first time, I don't know who else she was going to use, but you got to try somebody else. And I would have to say Pow gave them some good minutes, but I don't think he played her enough.
Well, Mama, when Pow Pow
Well, I
first
know when he took her out.
when she first came in the game, she was great. And then when she the other times that she came in the game, she was not good.
I know. I understand when he took her out then, but I'm saying he didn't bring her back in at all. When you need some offense, what I'm saying is, yes, I understood when he took her out, that was warranted. But I'm saying, why didn't he down the stretch bring her back in? You know, because yes, you bringing her in on the last play of the game is not gonna matter when she would have got herself back together. Because she knew she wasn't doing what she was supposed to do.
He put her in several times though, and she just didn't really do anything. I don't know. I mean, who knows really? But
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
It probably they needed somebody else. They really did need somebody else to help them out and to give some of the players a breather. But I gotta say, Mama, Nas Hillman played the entire game. She played all 40 minutes today. And she played all 40 minutes in foul trouble. Mm-hmm. Nas Hillman, to me, played fantastic.
Yes, she did.
She gave it all she had. However, her team does not get the dub. And that is because of...
Well,
Jordan Canada played awesome too. I had if the Dream would have won, I had Jordan Canada on my graphic because Jordan Canada, to me, she kept get into the basket, the bat. Like she was aggressive, Mama, aggressive in this game.
Mm-hmm. It was an awesome game.
It really was.
I have to say, it reminded me of yesterday's game between Minnesota and Golden State in the third and fourth quarters when Minnesota was coming back, and how towards the end of the third quarter when everything picked up and they were going pound for pound. Mm-hmm. That's what this whole game was like to me. And I was like, wow. I was sitting here, I was like, oh my God, I don't know who's going to win this game.
It was fantastic to see.
Game, and this is, again, what playoff games are supposed to be about.
Yeah.
That's why I said if Minnesota did not win yesterday and they had to go to game 3, Golden State was going to beat them. You cannot let the underdog have a chance.
It's the rise of the underdogs, Mama, and I gotta tell you, in this game for the Fever, we saw a lot of underdogs do their thing, right? Mm-hmm. Shea Petty was out of the league. She was out of the league in the fourth quarter. Shea Petty knocks down a massive 3-point bucket.
Yep, just
she was out of the league. She did not have a job in the WNBA. But due to all the injuries for the Fever, she got a hardship. And what did Shea Petty do in game 3? Knock down a massive 3. What did Aerial Powers do? Now, Aerial Powers overall, I don't think she was as good today at all. But she still brought energy and effort. And she was another player who at one point this year was out of a job, right? Odyssey Sims was out of a job. And we saw Odyssey Sims 16 points, 8 rebounds, 3 steals. What a massive game.
Yeah.
When we look at the Golden State Valkyries, they were a team of underdogs. When we look at this version of the Indiana Fever, they are also a team of underdogs. Of players who are only on the team because of injuries. Mm-hmm. Only on the team because of injuries, and a player in Brianna Turner who a lot of people said shouldn't even be in the league.
Well, she showed up today.
And look what she did today. Look what she did.
She showed up.
Team of underdogs, and what a game.
But Stephanie White had her work cut out for her.
Amazing coaching job.
And she built up the confidence of her team to say, we can do this. I remember they were showing her when she was almost yelling. Whatever she was saying, she was yelling. It was like, you could feel it like, I want you to do this. You know, I'm just saying, I can't remember exactly what she said, but the energy that she was giving them, it was like they had to do this for her.
Yeah.
They had to do this for her. And I have to give it to them. They did their thing.
They did.
They did their thing. And they were the aggressor. Even though the game was close all throughout the game, they still were the aggressors.
And they never let it get too far.
No.
And that's the thing. Sometimes you may have some quarters where you're not as great. You may have a couple of sequences where you make some mistakes. However, the thing that Indiana never did in this game, they never held their head. They never had like, was woe is me, this is terrible, blah, 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 blah. They took care of the basketball.
Yeah.
And even if they missed some shots, they overall made the right moves on both offense and defense. They were aggressive, and every single person for the Fever stepped up, Mama. Everybody who hit the floor for the Indiana Fever scored. Lexi Hull was big in this game, Mama. She was huge in this game.
She's been big in all their games. The way she plays, aggressiveness, and her three-pointers. Now, I'll tell you who was not good at all. Brittany Griner. I was like,
didn't you not tell you that before?
She's supposed to be better than what she is now. She should have gone and retired because she can't play no more. There's no way you 6'9", you missing those layups like that. All you gotta do is
they were more like super short jump shots. But yes, I agree. I agree with your point that she should have. And also, to me, it's not even just the missed points. Mama, in this game we saw Brianna Turner. Brianna Turner had 5 rebounds in this one, and she had several, and other players had several rebounds against Brittany Griner. And I'm like, Brittany Griner, get a rebound. She finished the game with 0 rebounds in today's game. And Brittany Griner is not a rebounder. Like, in her later years in the WNBA, she has not been a rebounder. That's the thing. Yeah, however, this was too egregious.
She was on Atlanta for this reason, to be able to help Bree Jones. She was on this team for that reason. And when Bree was in foul trouble, you're supposed to come in and be able to help, not become a liability.
Yeah, and rebound wise, Brittany Griner was a huge liability. Not to mention those very, very, very short jumpers that she missed.
Yeah, there's no way. I was like, when she missed the first one, I said, okay. Then when she missed the second one, I said, come on now. Come on. I don't know. It's just, so things like that was a reason why Atlanta lost too.
Yeah.
You can't miss baskets like that in a playoff game this hot. This game was hot tonight.
Yeah, it was. All right, Mom, we got another super chat. Thank you so much, Vic, for the super chat. Says, Lexi Hustle Hole. Let's give some love to Brianna Turner and Fever coaches. Aaliyah Boston saved us all. Praise the Lord. Oh, my goodness. Vic is very excited about this game and about the Fever winning. Great game.
Well, it definitely
Great
changes.
Job.
It changes what's going to happen, whether or not Seattle or Las Vegas is their opponent. If it's Seattle, I think Indiana got it. You know what I'm saying? I think they'll win it.
Wait, you think?
I'm saying if Seattle wins tonight, if they beat Las Vegas, I would say that Indiana would beat Seattle, is my point. The way that they're playing. Because the way that they play.
Yeah.
The way that they play, Seattle wouldn't be able to beat that. The energy that Indiana has is on a different level. The same thing with Golden State. The energy that they play with, it's on a different level. And I'm not just talking about talent. It's the energy that they bring to the game.
It's effort. Effort is everything.
Yeah. And it allows you to have the upper hand a lot of times when you wouldn't normally have it. You got that push. Like you could feel that push that they have. And you can't stop it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, first Seattle. If Seattle gets through Vegas, I think you're right, Mama. If they get through Vegas, but we're in the second quarter right now, and looks like Seattle has a short lead. So, Mama, let me read another super chat, and let's end this so we can go watch the game from the beginning. We're gonna forward through all the commercials, and we're gonna meet back up again at the end of Aces versus Storm. Hey, who knows? Maybe
I hope I can handle this.
Maybe, just maybe, guys. What if the Seattle and Vegas game mirrors this game we just saw? What if it goes down to the wire and Seattle wins? What if? That would be amazing. Anyway, because I love chaos. And I love the underdogs winning. So, Patrick, thanks so much for the super chat. Says, the chaos agent in me wants Seattle to win so that two teams that almost missed the playoffs meet in the semis. That would be crazy. Absolutely crazy. Mark says Seattle's not beating Vegas. Hey, I think a lot of people didn't think that Indiana could beat the Dream, but look what happened. Right. Anybody anything and everybody can get got. Yep.
Yeah, anything is possible. And it's game and these game threes though. Whew, that's why if you are the higher seed, your job is to win the game, so you don't have to go through this. You're the higher seed. Win the game. You've been winning all season long. What are you doing different that you didn't do now? Mm-hmm. You know how to win. You cannot let these games go down to the last seconds to decide who's going to win the game. You can't allow that to happen. I don't know what's going to happen between Vegas and Seattle, but hopefully they're not letting it go to the last seconds to determine who's going to win. I know that's more exciting, but I'm saying you're the higher seed. You don't want that. That's what I'm saying.
Of course, they don't want that. But I want chaos, and so...
You and the rest of the sports world wants the chaos. I know people are jumping for joy that Indiana is going to the semifinal, and they know it's going to be crazy.
Insane.
So it's going to be crazy. Whoever they get, if they get Vegas, it's still going to be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's still going to be crazy. And the best of 5, too? Oh, my goodness. I was sitting here, my throat is dry. I was like, oh, my God, I don't know how much more of this I can take. My heart about to jump out my chest every time. I'm like, oh, my goodness. I'm like, this is a game like last night. How much can we take?
I love to see it. All right, Mama. We'll regroup after the Vegas-Seattle game. Who knows? Maybe we'll do the same thing over again. We'll see. All right.
Okay.
Bye, Mama.
Bye.
All right, y'all. Check y'all in about an hour and a half. I'm going to start from the beginning. I love YouTube TV. Fast forward through all the commercials. Fast forward through halftime. And I'm going to finish the game at the same time y'all finish the game. All right. See y'all very, very soon. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I am trying my best to get to 50,000 subscribers by the end of this year. Help me out. We got 450 people on here. Hit that subscribe button, okay? Okay. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.